Thomas and Friends, the Block Tower. Also the continuation to Thomas and the Abandoned Station. There was a Biddy and the Island of Soda. Scruff was delivering chocolate to the factory. Charlie was delivering another fire brigade train. Salty was shunting flatbeds. Victor was busy at the steamworks. Ooh. Percy puffed to the diesel shed. He was puffing and panting with hard and strong tools. The diesel shed was broken. He was puffing and panting. Phew! Thomas was delivering Annie and Clarabelle with breath. And suddenly, he heard the signal. Thomas screeched to a halt. He backed up a little. Edward came by with a green, a red, and a silver block. I never knew Edward was busy. Thomas followed Edward to see what was going on. He left Annie and Clarabelle there. Edward had to go down Gordon's Hill to deliver his herd for Thomas to follow Edward, so he coupled onto the train. Edward had to go down Gordon's Hill to deliver his load of blocks somewhere. That was Thomas's mystery. Where? It was a very, very steep hill. And high, too. Edward's load looked like it was about to fall. Thomas pushed Edward faster and faster and flew down Gordon's Hill. But he made it safe. But his load didn't. Thomas spun a couple and smashed into Edward's timber. Edward flew halfway into the air. Breakers bashed him back. They broke. And so did the blocks. The blocks blocked the track. Edward was derailed. Who did that? Said Edward. The back of his tunnel was dented. Percy went down Gordon's Hill as fast as he could with some more tools for the diesel shed. Then he fell off the tracks. Flew right over Thomas and Edward and landed on that train. He smashed into the blocks, the steel hard blocks. The tools broke to pieces, and they landed all over Percy. Percy was dented all over. Wow, said Percy. Now it was even more of a mess. Suddenly, Edward sat on his side. Thomas pushed Edward out of the way. How is it, Edward? He looked. There it was. A base for the abandoned Knapford Station. Thomas, said Edward. What, said Thomas? I'm very mad. That was my load of blocks for that abandoned Knapford Station. Huh? Said Thomas. Yeah, that's right, said Edward. Remember the time when, a few months ago, when that Knapford Station accidentally burnt down? I do, said Thomas, shy and sheepish. Well, you're gonna have to help us, said Edward. Really, said Thomas. Yes, said Edward. But I don't deserve that. Of course you do, said Edward. If we don't get this done soon, the Topham Hatt is going to give up on it, and the Knapford Station will be destroyed here forever. It was a hard day at work, and Thomas was carrying the most blocks of all. It was very, very heavy. Ugh, Thomas grunted. Finally, Thomas stopped. The blocks were slowly lowered onto the base. A few days after grunting and pulling, he started to get the hang of it. The shade was slowly lowered onto the building. Just then, Thomas heard a noise. It sounded like Diesel's. It was Den and Dart and Diesel. They were helping out too. Den, Dart, Diesel, why are you helping out? Edward made us help, said Den and Dart. They're right, said Diesel. Wow, said Thomas. What other stuff was it? A few weeks later, Thomas was delivering the last 2 pieces to the new Netflix station. It didn't look abandoned anymore. It didn't look burnt anymore. It looked grand and sparkly. They had also made another new smokestack that was fireproof and didn't shot out less smoke than before. Thomas and Edward came to look at the new building. Great job helping, Thomas. You're welcome, Edward said. Thomas. Just arrived. I will explore this new building in Harold. Thanks for choosing me, said Harold. Harold flew high in the air. Highest ever. He had flown 2 miles up, and the tail of it was just touching the clouds. It looks like a skyscraper, said Harold. Edward noticed the top of him had a machine. He said it was 2,000 feet high. Wow, said Edward. I didn't know. Wow, said Harold. I didn't know that either. And Thomas said the same. It was the best looking building on Sodor. Harold was looking down. There was no sign of wind, and it wasn't going to tip over. He was up 2 miles, way higher than the building. Harold went back down to the ground and landed gently. Thank you, Harold, said Hat. Now, I will check it myself. So Hat started climbing the building. Sir Topham, I don't think that's a good idea, said Thomas. Well, it's the only way, said Sir Topham. Just then a huge puff of smoke came out of the smokestack. Sir Topham landed right off on the Harold's blades. Hey, watch it, said Harold. And balanced on Thomas' dome. It fell off. Oof. Are you okay? Said Thomas. Of course, said Thomas. Why would I? And the 3 of them laughed all day. The end.